1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfection. Off a few layers, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 1 second, let me do the math. 48 square feet and 13. 624, that's too much. Times, let's say it dried a little bit, let's say 4 pounds per square foot. For white oak is 4 pounds green, 4.25 pounds green per board foot. A board foot is a square foot as well. 2496. My skid steer can't lift 2,400 pounds. Let's try it anyway. This owl bit is the best wood bit. 1 inch here, wood owl, ultra smooth auger bit. They're so sharp. I just need longer ones. I only have this shorty here. We're just getting started in big stuff like this, so they're investments for sure, but worth it. Honestly, we're just gonna go probably 2 inches down is all I need. So, doesn't have to be perfect. Geez, that seems to be working. Now the taper of the log is not adjustable with these. It never was before, so the piths aren't really lined up. Heart isn't lined up, but she's pretty rock solid for what we need. They're all touching. Let's try it out. You can see here the mill is sitting in kind of an odd spot right at the end of the log. And that's because as we're getting these 1x4s for some flooring, this is the only time I'm ever gonna do a project like this, but it's because this drive motor went out again. And it's not the motor that went out rather, but it's the sprocket. It's just so frustrating. I'm going to attempt to fix this once and for all. The shaft here that drives the chains, that drives the carriage, disconnected by one little keyway. This hydraulic pump right here would look just like your hydraulic pump. Essentially, it works the same as your power steering. So it spins up by the motor, belt driven, electric motor over here. And so then you have a valve forward and back that actuates going, rotating clockwise and counterclockwise, which then drives the sprocket, which then drives the chain, which then drives the carriage. 3/4 or 19 mil. Goodness, it's a lot of wood chips. Yeah. All right, you can see there the sprocket attached. We got the chain drive. So what's happening is we're getting the motor to spin, but the shaft is disconnected. So it's not moving. So you'll see here, I'm spinning this by hand, and you see the motor is not spinning. That's so frustrating to me. Okay. But in order to separate this, we have to pull the whole sawmill wider. This is a perfect fit, so we gotta separate it so the shaft can come off. So the best way to do it is actually down here. I've done it in the corner, but then this whole strut right here, this vertical post, is actually harder to move and line back up with those. It's easier just to separate it down here. Let's do that. Ha. Can I do that without holding the other side? Almost. Get a wrench on it. I can't. I can get a wrench on this side though. Good. Can I get a wrench there? Sure can. It might be enough to not separate everything. You just need a gap here. Basically just get in here and this is the plate. Ow. Why'd I hit that with my hand? And create the gap you need. So now we have a good gap. So then this will slide because now we'll leave this side on actually. So you can see it do it down here. This is where I want to do it. Get this shaft to move. Look at that, it came right off the, okay. You'll see here. Here, let me show you. It came right off the shaft there. So now I can just, that's how it should come off. If it was staying on the shaft, then this, you got the gap. Put it out to the side, and that should just, okay. There it is. It fell out, I heard it hit.
Okay. So it's a pretty good size half moon key, right? So it's just not staying in, and it's the shaft's problem. That shaft is just, the key in it is just so freaking small. So you can see what I've done so far, the previous attempt to fix. I had this working for a good year and a half, like a year. And I not tons of hours on it, obviously. This is kind of not an everyday operation, but the whole premise was that I took a file, a bastard file, and I cleared this key out. It didn't come to the tip here. And don't get me wrong, it's not all the way to the tip, but what I wanted to do was make this groove a little bigger, and I wanted to make the actual, where the moon sits, deeper so that I could fit a bigger half moon key in it. And so now, I did that, and I got it in there. And now, it does fit a bigger key, right? Come on. It does fit a bigger key. But it's still not that deep. It's not that deep. It needs to be a deeper key in the shaft. And look at it, just look at the bounce. And I'm not sure why that's coming off. Like why, it seems like they should have no place to go. But eventually, it's not deep enough in there that it bounces out and gets sideways. And then this thing can spin. Jeez. Like, look at that, it's grinding this. There's a little clip there too that I'm missing, the spring clip. The spring clip maybe would hold the key in better? I don't know, that's missing. I wonder when that came off. Because I really should take it out and machine it to be bigger, but we can do that still if we have to. But in the meantime, she's super tight in there. And that's good. That key was loose before. That's the reason it kept popping off. So might as well have it be extremely tight and not quite all the way in. The Woodruff key there, but that's what we're gonna move with. Let's put it back together.
Do the lift motor, so many amps on this 12-volt system, sometimes it kills the